Good morning, students. So yesterday we discussed about the definition of proportion and direct proportion. Okay, and we also learned how to solve the first problem of first exercise. See the second question, students, all of you here. A mixture of paint is prepared by mixing 1 part of red pigments with 8 parts of base. In the following table, find the parts of base that need to be added. See, students, here parts of red pigments. So all these are the parts of red pigment and parts of base. So all these are the base. If in the mixture 1 part of red pigment is there, it contains 8 part of base. Similarly here, 4 part of red pigment needed how many parts of base? Similarly here, 7 part of red pigment needed how many parts of base? Here 12 parts of red pigment need how much base? Here 30 part red pigment need how many base? Here we have to find. Okay, students, see the first one. First here we are going to write the given numbers in the form of ratios. See here, ratio of solution, okay, ratio of red pigment, ratio of red pigment. See here, so it is a 1 here, okay, write 1, and here we have to find the part of base for this 4. Okay, for this mixture, in this mixture, if it is a red pigment is 4 part, what is the part of that base? Here we have to find. Okay, students, next here, part of ratio of red pigment means it is 1, and this one here we have tried putting the ratio symbol 4. And similarly ratio of base, see, put the equal sign, it is 8, and this one I am going to write as a x, because here we have to find. Okay, this for this 4 we have to find the part of base, that's why I am going to write here x. Okay, 8 is to x, 8 is to x. Okay, students, next write both these ratio downside here, that is 1 is to 4, put the equal sign, and 8 is to x. Now students, it becomes a proportion. Now using the property of proportion, here we have to find this proportion. What is the property of that proportion? Product of middle terms is equal to the product of middle terms is equal to the product of what? Extreme terms. Okay, so it means x into 1 is equal to 4 into 8. Okay, so after multiplying both these, we have the answer as a x. 4 8 is how much comes? It is a 32. It means in the mixture, if it is a 4 part of red pigment, and what is the part of that base here? It is a 32. Understood, students, all of you here? Let me solve the next one. Okay, similarly here write the same sentence, ratio of red pigment, is equal to so here how much comes? It is 4 is to 7. Okay, otherwise you may write 1 is to 7. Okay, 1 is to 7, and next ratio of base is equal to 8, and this one I am going to write again as a x. Okay, 8 is to x. Okay, students, next write the both these ratio downside. 1:7 is equal to 8:x. Okay, so using the property of that proportion, that is 1 into or x into 1 is equal to 7 into 8. X 1 is x and it becomes 56. Okay, friends, it means in a mixture 7 part of red pigment, it contains 56 parts of what? 56 parts of base. Okay, students. Okay, students. Next, see here. So here, if you're not interested, take this 1:8 here. So if you're not interested, take 1:8 here. You may take also 4:56, students, here. 4:56 here. You may take 4. Okay, here you may take 4, and here you may take a 32, and here you write 7x as it is. So after solving this, answer comes same. Okay, so if you're not interested to take this 1:8 here, okay, you may take this is 4 by 32. Here your x means it is a 32, na? You may take 4 by 32 here, and here you may take a 7x as it is. Okay, students. So in this I solved 2, and remaining 2, these are the homework for all of you. Okay, students, and you solve them in a home. See the third problem, students, all of you here. In question number 2 above, if one part of red pigment requires 75 milliliter of base, how much red pigment should we mix with 1800 milliliter of base? See, students, here this problem is also very easy here. Solution. So in the above question, one part of red pigment requires 75 milliliter of base. Okay, so what about the red pigment if the base is 1800? Let me write here. See, students, here, if one part of red pigment requires 75 milliliter of base, okay, base, how much red pigment, see it is a red pigment, na? How much means here we have to write x. How much red pigment should we mix with 1800 milliliter of base? So it is a base, okay, it is a base and it is a red pigment. Okay, students, the problem is like this. So in the first question, what we found there, we found the base here, but here we have to find the red pigment here. That much only difference. Okay, students, one part of red pigment, it requires 75 ml of base. So what they asking the question for us here, if 1800 base requires how many parts of red pigment? They are asking the question for us here. Okay, students, so let me solve the questions. Let me solve the problem here. Same here we write here, it is ratio of red pigment is equal to, it is 1:x, and ratio of base is equal to 75:1800. See, students, here when we are writing the ratios, here we have to write the only the red pigment, and here we have to write only the bases. Don't interchange these numbers. Here you don't write 1:75 because this 75 is not a red pigment, it is a base. So it means here we have to write the same quantities, quantities here we have to write. Okay, students, let me solve both these ratios. That is 1:x is equal to 75:1800. Okay, so the next using the property of proportion, that is product of middle terms is equal to product of extreme term, that is 1000. Let me write x into 75 is equal to 1 into 1800. Okay, so x into 75, and this one after multiplying both these, here we have the answer as a 1800. So x write as it is, and this one also write as it is. So this 75, it is a multiplication with x. Okay, when we shift this 75 along that equals, it becomes division. Okay, 75. So here 25 3s and 25. Here we have to make the simplifications. 25 3s 75, and next 25 5s 25 6 175, 175. Okay, 25 5s 125, 26 150, 25 7s 175. Okay, remainder is a 5, it becomes 50. It means 25 2s. Okay, again 3 1s 3 2s 6, 3 4s 12. Okay, it means 24 parts of red pigment needed. Okay, so therefore here you order the sentence as a 1800 milliliter of base see students here, therefore for 1800 milliliter of base, 24 part of red pigment is needed or requires. Okay, needed. So this is the solution for the third question, students. I hope all of you understood. And here it is better we have to write one more sentence here. If you may write or not. So what is that sentence? All of you see here. For 1800 milliliter of base, x milliliter of red pigment is needed. Here we have to write one sentence. Okay, so nothing will happen. So you may write or not. Okay, so this is the solution for the problem of third question, the third problem. So I hope all of you understood. Okay, I also gave some homeworks in the second question. You all do those homeworks. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.